What's up, guys? How you doing? So today I wanted to talk about a new supplement. You know, if you've been following me for any amount of time, that I love to review supplementation. It's always just been a field that I've been really interested in, and I've always been building up my library of supplementation. I don't just buy big stacks or anything, not that that matters, but it's always been really interesting to me. And the biggest one that's been kind of hot topic lately has been collagen peptides. So I thought I would share my research. You guys know that before I dive into a supplement, I like to look at the science behind it, not oxygenmagazine.com, but .govs and orgs and other things, and say, okay, what is the community, what is the scientific community saying about this? Is there anything we can glean from this? Is it worth investing our money in, or my money in? Now, I won't lie, I got into collagen peptides about 2 years ago from the date of this filming, just because I had read a book. I believe it was Tim Ferriss, but don't quote me on that. I totally forget where I heard this, but that collagen peptides could definitely help with joint health, which was a big deal for me at the time, just because I was doing a lot of American Ninja Warrior training, and all that damage on my body and jumping from obstacle to obstacle. It was something that I was worried about, not to mention I was a big track athlete back in high school, and we ran on a concrete track for like the first 2-3 years of my career. So this is something that I am really watching out for. Now, the peptides that I took when I first began also had protein in it. So I was like, okay, win-win, that's awesome. The fact of skin and beauty and nails and hair and stuff, don't get me wrong, that's something that I want to invest in now that I have hit my 30s, starting to go into my 40s. It's something I want to get a leg up on right now before it's too late and kind of damage has set in. But that wasn't the primary reason. Now, let me share kind of the conclusions that I found about collagen peptides so far. And I want to describe to you, I'm not like a collagen expert. I'm not in the lab doing tests on these things or anything like this. I simply do my best to find reliable information on the internet, and then I come to my own conclusions. So hopefully this could be a good starting point for you, or if you follow me and trust my opinion that I actually do what I say, then maybe that'll be enough for you. But always do your own research, and you will find also that in most cases there's not enough research out there, almost with any supplement. Now, also, this is not an educational video on collagen by any means. There are multiple types of collagen, but I found that type 1, from my understanding, deals with about 90% of the problems of why people would take collagen to begin with. So we're just gonna deal with that. It's just, I think it's easier to not get even more confused by the supplement community in itself. So the conclusions. So far, it's all good stuff. Although groups in science and test groups and participants and all that have been like small little groups of people, sometimes very specific people dealing with specific problems, I haven't seen any negative benefits. Is that negative benefits? Does that work? To using the product. People have always seen either like skin improvements, particular groups of people have seen joint improvements. Remember, I'm talking specific groups, not like general population, since it's a little harder to study and control. But so far, we haven't seen any negative benefits to it. Even seeing in some older gentlemen, certain studies have shown like that muscle has been built and helped through different collagen peptides. Now, I will say that most of the studies have been largely targeted, obviously, at like 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 and above, because that's really when you're trying to help your skin, help your joints, and years of damage. So I think, at least for a guy, this is all an insurance policy. It's a preemptive strike against these things that could potentially haunt me later. So if I have to invest a little bit of money in this now, that's okay for me, especially, if I'm getting a small shot of protein here and there just to kind of help with my general lifting and muscle building and all that other stuff too. So far, everything's great. Now, I've already kind of shared why I use it, my conclusions. The two products that I'm looking at right now, this is the one that is absolutely brand new, a few days out, okay? This is the one that my company sells, for full disclosure, and has 2.5 grams of collagen and 2 grams of protein. Not a huge shot of protein there, but for its small size, I mean, it is like, let me show you guys. Should have got these things ready. for its small scooper size, that is just a fantastic amount of nutrition in something so small. This is the one that I've been using for the longest time just because my company didn't have one. This has 20 grams of collagen peptides, so a lot more. Remember with supplements, more is not always better. Most of the studies that I've seen have been dealing with 2.5 to 10 grams of collagen per day on participants. So this would be a lot more. But you can also notice in this serving size, it is 2 of these scoops. All right. So I say this is kind of a medium-sized scooper, which means, whatever drink or shake or whatever you're adding this to, it's got to get a lot bigger. You've got to put a lot more liquid in to get it actually down into your system. That's really any of the difference I see between these two particular brands. Their nutrition is about the same. It's just you get a lot more, or you have to put a lot more powder in for one than the other. Price point is, I believe, about the same. You'll have to look at that where you buy your things. So let me see if there's anything else I wanted to kind of add. There has been a little bit of research showing or potential issues with mixing your collagen peptides with something else, like a probiotic, a prebiotic, or even a fiber type of supplement. So for the time being, or until more studies come out, maybe it's best just to kind of down it or take it alone, or with something like coffee or something, which I've heard a lot of people do. I don't drink coffee, so I don't know. But other than that, I just wanted to kind of get a point across that so far all my research has said, hey, go for it. If it is a priority for you, if you have the money to kind of go down that route and try something like this. But other than that, no declines. I will update this video. All my sources are in the blog below, so if you want to take a look at some of the websites that I went to, do all the scientific crazy reading yourself and see where I came to these conclusions, take a look at that for yourself. But other than that, I'd say go for it. Why not? Especially if you are coming into your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, something like that, or beyond. If you're a little younger, I think the biggest benefit might just be more of the protein if you're trying to get just kind of an enhanced boost of protein somewhere. And why not help joint and potential skin health as well. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. So if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I hope that was helpful to you. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Have a great one.